to another episode of Shit Hotels of Australia, where we stay in hotels and motels across Australia and hope that they're not shit. Tonight I'm in Airlie Beach, or more specifically Jubilee Pocket, and I'm staying at the Kipara Rainforest Retreat. I'm here for 3 nights, so let's go inside and check out the room. So apparently it's a 2-minute walk from the car park to the cabin. We'll just check that out and see, because I've got a lot of gear to carry. I've got to do a number of trips. Nice. It's near the road, but not too noisy. There's a laundry. I just spent $6 at the laundromat in Airlie Beach because I knew that was there, and I really did need to wash some clothes. It is a fair hike. I've got at least 2 more trips to get the gear. Here we go, 106. Okay, so it's small, single bed, aircon, TV, fridge, bathroom, nice bathroom, no plug, no, and shower. Lots of storage space, which is good because I've got lots to store. Let's check out the laundry. We've got quite a few washing machines. Dryers take cards. This washer is out of order, but again, the washing machines take cards as well. Don't know how much it costs. $5. Okay, could have saved $1. So this is the kitchen area. Got a pinball machine and dulcet tones of the cockatoos. So in here you've got pots, pans, microwave, air fryer, nice big stove and oven. What are these? Oh, it's the barbecue grill plate, at least electric barbecue, another microwave, condiments to share. Vending machine, freezer, fridge, yeah, not bad. And a very clean, neat looking pool, bordering the road though. And a second kitchen area slash barbecue area. So we've checked out the TV. It's got all the freewares, everything you need. The EPG, electronic program guide, is weird though, because it only shows the channel 7, so it took a bit of an effort to find the other channels, but no need to go through all that because that's pretty boring. But now we've checked out the Wi-Fi, so we've logged into the Wi-Fi and we've pulled up Netflix. So let's go to our continue watching and we'll see how we go. Perfect. You know how the True Blue motel was the put your beer on ice motel? This one, the Kipara Tropical Rainforest Resort, must be the Chuff motel, hotel, resort, whatever. I was walking in on the first of my trips, and I've just an aside, I've driven 700 k's today, but I've also walked 6,900 steps, and I think 6,000 of those being backwards and forwards to the car at this resort. Anyway, so walking up on the first time, smelt that distinctive smell, and then walked past one of the units, an old guy sitting on the veranda, quite blatantly in the open, chuffing away. And after coming back from the shops, he was chuffing away again. And only just now, I heard this rattling at the door. I thought, what's that? And then had a look, and there's a guy in a Hawaiian shirt trying to put his key in my door. And I said, mate, you got the wrong room. He said, oh, have I? And then I thought, wouldn't he have recognised that all this washing hanging on the veranda wasn't his? But no, he thought this was his room. Yep. Maybe he was just a little bit high. And here's another barbecue eating area. Over here, plates, glasses. I might actually borrow one of those. And now for the Shit Hotels of Australia instant coffee test. And we have International Roast, expiry November 2026. That's fine, but as always, won't be drinking it because I've brought along the coffee machine.
Day 2.
So why did I choose to come to Airlie Beach, or this is actually Shute Harbour, for a holiday? Well, I didn't. I wouldn't choose to come here for a holiday. I lived here for 2 years, and it's one place that I didn't enjoy living, so why would I spend money coming having a holiday here? No, I'm actually up here to collect some stuff out of my unit and then head back down the coast again. Airlie Beach might be a nice place to visit if you've never lived here, but other than that, it's pretty horrible. There is no sense of community whatsoever. It's so transient, it's so shallow, and I'm not talking about the depth of water. It's just bloody expensive. It's like, I was thinking about going on a trip over to Hamilton Island tomorrow because I'm all packed up. I could actually leave tomorrow morning, but I've got another night organised up my sleeve. But didn't even get to look at the price of the tickets to Hamilton Island. I know they'd be pretty expensive, but it's going to cost $14 just to park in the car park for 4 hours, and significantly more if you take longer than that. So, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm renowned for being a little bit tight, but yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I might shoot the pirate score somewhere picturesque without people. Well, dinner on the first night was basically the leftover dips and nibbles I had on the other night. But dinner tonight is at the Jubilee Tavern, which is about 800 metre walk down the road. going for the seniors meal, or the seniors code. I'm actually eligible for the seniors meal now. And interestingly, the two drinks, the schooner of 150 lashes and the glass of red, cost $4.70 more than the meal. Anyway, here's cheers.
Later that same evening.
I couldn't actually film the meal that I got at the Jubilee Tavern because I signed up for the trivia night. I thought it'd be over fairly quickly, but looked like it was going to go on for a long time. And one of the rules of the trivia night was you couldn't access your phone, so I couldn't shoot the meal with my phone as I had done for the introduction to that session. But can I just say that that was probably the best night I had in Airlie Beach, Cannon Vale, Jubilee Pocket than in the entire 2 years that I lived here. And I wish I knew that trivia night was happening every Wednesday night, because I would have nipped down and really got into it. Anyway, was in first place at round 1. Round 2, I was sitting in third, and look, it was going to go on for another hour and a half, so I decided to quit while I was ahead. But while back here in the room at the Kipara Tropical Rainforest Retreat, I want to comment upon the humidity within the actual room itself. I mean, last night, this morning when I woke up, the humidity was 84%. It was sitting around 75% during the evening last night. I've got the little temperature reader that I have in the car, which also gives you the humidity reading. It's currently sitting at 69% inside the room, and I've had the extractor fan in the bathroom going for maybe 3 or 4 hours now. But the humidity outside this afternoon was only 56%. How's that work? So now let's check out some of the upkeep issues. And like, there are a few, like the fridge is not particularly kept clean, some scuff marks here. The cupboards are okay, but they're a little bit rickety. There's a few little dirt patches up there. There's quite a few of these scuffs on the floor, sort of like, and I can't see how they could have been there unless they've recycled these floorboards from some other establishment, which, okay, fair enough. In here in the bathroom, you can see the stains down there on the toilet. A few little scuffs. Just dodge my jumper, which hanging out to dry. Yeah, a bit grotty down there. Inside the shower. Whoops. A few little scuffs, some dings, a bit of rust. But all in all, not too bad really, compared to some of the other places I've stayed in for considerably more money on this trip. Due to the Federal Fire Act, it is an offence to remove or interfere with smoke detectors. A harsh fine does apply. Any tenant caught doing so. How many errors can they put into one sign? 1, there's no Federal Fire Act. There's a Fire Act for every state. And yeah, maybe the Queensland Act says that you can be a fine, but a tenant? I'm not a tenant. I'm supposed to be a guest.
The next morning.
So the conference area is locked at the moment, but there is free breakfast here every morning, which is pretty good, I reckon. the light meal, $26 for 2 fish tacos and $26 for a glass of wine and a schooner of XVA. They look pretty good. Yeah, I'm not particularly hungry, so I thought I'd go to the light option. So let's check in and see what it's like. Well, that meal looked really good, but actually was pretty bland and disappointing. Sums up Airlie Beach, doesn't it?
The following day.
And now it's time for the pirate score.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of. But you have heard of me.
For the Kipara Tropical Rainforest Retreat. So first up, cleanliness and upkeep. Well, apart from the fairly grotty shower down near the bottom of the door, it was pretty well done, but the biggest problem was the humidity. Yeah, it was like, I can't fathom how it was so humid inside compared to outside. So for cleanliness and upkeep, a solid 3 stars. Facilities, well, there weren't really anywhere there. I mean, I didn't even have a chair, which was a real frustration. I actually went to Big W and bought a $6 folding camping chair so I could actually sit down and do a bit of editing. So for facilities, 1 star. Add-ons. The free breakfast in the conference room was great, and there were lots of cooking areas, and they had the pool. So again, solid 3 stars. Entertainment and Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was great, not a problem with the Wi-Fi. The TV was a dumb TV, but the issue with the TV is that particularly when watching ABC, which I just watch for the news and for hard quiz, it just kept dropping in and out, like the reception wasn't particularly good. So because of that dodgy TV reception, again for entertainment and Wi-Fi, 3 stars. Bed and bath. Well, the fundamental error made by accommodation places in North Queensland is that they don't acknowledge the fact that sometimes it gets cool at night. Sometimes it gets even bloody cold at night. I can remember years ago, the first ever time I came to Airlie Beach and sailed in Airlie Beach Race Week, it was 15 degrees on the first day during the day, and it dropped down to about 8 at night, and the unit I was staying in didn't have any heating. This was before reverse cycle aircon, so to warm the place up I had to turn the hot plates on in the oven and open the oven door to actually get some heat into the place. So for this one, okay, I could have run the aircon all night, but the issue was, I don't like doing that because it was directly above where your head is, and I don't like the actual air on my face. It keeps me awake. So I had to make do with the blanket, and which simply wasn't enough to keep me warm enough. So for bed and bath, I'm sorry, I'm only going to give it 2 stars. Service. Well, the rooms aren't serviced daily. In fact, you've actually got to take your own rubbish out and put it in the rubbish bins and separate out your recycling, which is good. They've got the recycling option. Yeah, so I stayed for 3 nights, no room turned down or anything like that. The reception, she was quite friendly, an English backpacker, and I did see one of the people in the other rooms had an issue with their aircon, and the service they got there was absolutely brilliant. So, but because of the fact that you actually had to remove your own rubbish and the room didn't even get done, so sorry, the friendliness doesn't really make up for that. The service, 2 stars. Now the value for money bonus. Airlie Beach is not a cheap place to stay. It's a tourist town, and so therefore they milk the tourists as much as they can. All the restaurants are expensive, the tours are expensive, but they know that people are going to visit maybe once, and so they won't need to come back. So they can get away with it. That was one of the real issues about living here, having to put up with that sort of exploitation mentality of the tourists, when in fact if you were a resident you had to put up with it too. But believe it or not, that single room at the Kipara Tropical Rainforest Retreat was only $85 a night. So for that, it absolutely gets the value for money bonus, so an extra 5 stars. And now for the final, the no earplugs bonus. Well, I reckon that I could have slept without earplugs if I turned off the fridge. The fridge itself wasn't particularly noisy, but it needs a solid defrosting, and the ice in the freezer would crack quite consistently. I couldn't turn off the fridge because I have to keep my medication cold, and I'm not talking about my beer. So unfortunately, had to wear earplugs. So for the no earplugs bonus, unfortunately not. So that's a total for the Kipara Tropical Rainforest Retreat of 19 out of 30. A pretty solid result. So I couldn't return to Airlie Beach without paying homage to this place, because this place was basically the place that inspired the channel. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please click like, please subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you again in a hotel that's hopefully not one of the shit hotels of Australia. And now I might just go and leave a little gift for the tenant.